Basically. I don't know. We were trying to sit back and look at certain things. It's real though. You gotta ask yourself, what's your main focus? What's your main focus on life? Unity. You gotta give yourself a different perspective. You can't keep robbing yourself of your direction, your path. Your directional path is what is key. You can't keep robbing yourself of that. Being bothered with a system that you created to make yourself seem like you available. You know what I mean? Like, how do you make yourself available for something? How do you make yourself? What do you see yourself? What do you chop it off as, man? I mean, how do you do it? How do you give yourself common decency? You know what I'm saying? When you dealing with, you know, trying to figure this shit out. How you deal with the common decency of that? How do you give yourself the need to be yourself foremost? When you push in all different types of directions, I mean, there's not a book that's written to tell you how you supposed to react to certain things, in your life. It's not a book that tells you that. It's not. It's not a book that was written to give you the blueprint. It's not. It's not a blueprint that was put in place. When you attack, you attack. It's not like you have a choice in the manner of how you deal with people and how people deal with you. This is just something that happens in your life. This ain't something that you can distinguish for yourself or you can make sense out of it because it's not what you supposed to make sense out of. It doesn't really rationalize what today's methods are anyway. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't comply to what you feel is necessary in your life and how you gauge your reality, your surrounded reality. It's not a purpose within that. It's only the chance to basically have the renewal. What the fuck, Drew? Like it's something that you have to basically identify with within yourself. You have to identify with that. You have to be appliant to your own reality. And that reality is what you give is what you receive. It's the point of what you give, what you're giving out. See, that's what makes it worthwhile because that's what you're giving out. You're telling other people, like, hey, this is me. Take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bend over backwards to try to make sense out of a situation because others don't get it. That's just how I see it. Like, you know what I mean? Be true to yourself. Foremost, be true to yourself. You know, don't play no games. Stay on point. Because your reaction is your reaction. It's not somebody else's reaction. You feel what I'm saying? So your reaction means a lot more to you because it has to make sense. It has to make sense to you over more than just making sense to somebody else, or you're just doing this because you see other people doing it. You're doing it because it means something to you. You know, you you feel closer to this. If it's the narrative for you, to comply with, because you're no longer looking at yourself in a lower state of being. You're looking at yourself in a positive state of being because you see yourself growing. Potentially, you see yourself growing. How you create your surroundings is how you create your livelihood. Your livelihood is based off of your own movement and how you can identify with the pressures and be able to overcome, persevere, acknowledge all this, and make sense of it and grow from that. Growth is power. Being able to have growth is power. Being able to identify with your growth is power. It is a point where you learn to establish something much greater than just saying, hey, I'm just going to do this because this, somebody told me that this is what it's supposed to be. This is what it's supposed to look like. So you're identifying what is real. You see things for what it is. You feel this is chess. It's not to be played upon. Think outside the box.